All of our detectives have a case that keeps them up at night, a case that they can't stop thinking about. For some, it's the case that got away. For others, it's the case they botched. And for me, well, it's the case that's been sitting in my desk drawer for the past 20 years. I was just a young detective when I first started on the Lily Moore case. It was one of those cases we'd worked on for weeks, and it went cold. But the circumstances surrounding her disappearance were so bizarre that it was impossible to put out of my mind. It's the kind of case that makes you question everything you know about human nature. Lily was a bright, bubbly teenager who was an honor student and head cheerleader. She lived in a nice house with her mom and dad. They were your typical all-American family. Well, as all-American as you can be when you live in a town called Paradise, California. On the day she disappeared, Lily had just finished her final exams. She was so excited to be done with school. She was talking about how she was going to spend the summer with her friends, going to the beach, getting ice cream, having fun. And then she was off to college. Her whole future was ahead of her. And then she vanished. One moment she was there, the next she was gone. It was like she disappeared into thin air. Her mom said she was going to go to the mall. She never came home. Her dad said he thought she was spending the night at a friend's house. He called the friend's house, but she wasn't there. We found Lily's car at the mall parking lot. Her purse was inside. Her cell phone was in the car. No sign of a struggle. We searched everywhere, but there was no sign of Lily. And then we got a call from the local hospital. They had a patient who was admitted after overdosing on sleeping pills. When we got to the hospital, we learned that the patient had taken an entire bottle of pills. But she didn't have a note, no indication why she did what she did. She was released from the hospital and went to live with her aunt. While we were looking for Lily, I spoke with her at her aunt's house. She was crying. She couldn't stop crying. She kept asking us, "Why can't I remember?" Then she would start crying harder. We brought her down to the station to see if she could help us find Lily. We brought her into the interview room and sat her down, and that's when she stopped crying. She looked at us, dead serious, and she said, "I don't know what happened to her, but you're wasting your time looking for her. She's not coming back." And then she walked out of the room. That's when we got the call from her parents telling us that she had taken an entire bottle of pills again, and this time she did it at home, in front of them. After that, we lost contact with her. Her parents said they were taking her out of Paradise. They wanted to get her help, take her somewhere else where nobody knew her. The last place we saw her was on a security camera at the hospital. Her parents refused to let us do an autopsy. They claimed they didn't want to be too intrusive. They said they would be in touch, but they never were. And after a few weeks, we got a call from the state medical examiner saying that Lily's body had been found. She was identified by the clothes she was wearing because, of course, there was no way anyone would recognize her after what had happened to her. Lily had taken her own life. That much was clear, but there was more. Someone had dismembered her after she was dead, and when I say dismembered, I don't mean that they cut her up to make her look like this. No. This is not the kind of case that gets easier to deal with as time goes on. It's the kind of case that stays with you forever. Some days are harder than others. Some nights I can't sleep. And when I close my eyes, I see Lily's face. I hear her voice. I feel like I should have done more, could have done more. There's a reason why they call it a cold case. The longer you work on a case, the colder it gets. And eventually you have to let go. You have to move on. But some cases, they don't let you go. Some cases stay with you until the day you die. This is one of those cases.